I'd like to make a motion to open the November 2nd, 2023 New Paltz Town Board meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to call a public hearing on the New Paltz Town of New Paltz 2024 preliminary budget.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And motion to open the public hearing on the Town of New Paltz tax cap override.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
And please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Are there any public comments for the either the budget or the tax cap override? Here in the room, anyone online, you can raise your hand.
Would be a request.
Sorry?
A request,
Yes,
I'd like to request that one more position be added to the buildings and grounds department, making a total of 3.
and anything else? Do you guys want to, rescue want to say anything? We added some money. We've been talking. We're going to try to add more. And we'll talk about that some more. And if not, we'll I don't know if Jean wants to come up. We're gonna, well, why don't we first we have announcements. Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The announcements, all town offices will be closed on Friday, November 10th for Veterans Day. And it's got from Chris, we got an announcement that if you have basketball hoops or anything else on the side of the road, especially cul-de-sacs, you need to move them back out of the right of way, which is 14 feet away from the edge of the blacktop. That you don't want them to get broken. So that's all. Anything else? That's
Once again, Holiday Hoopla. It's a big deal this year. It's a big deal. It's gonna, I mean, forget the Halloween parade. This is gonna be, hopefully it'll snow a little bit. This is going, we're gonna put it up on the town board page, and there's a QR code where people can volunteer. We're also looking for $100 donations towards like money prizes for the best float. And if businesses want to do that, you get your name on the t-shirt. It has to happen soon, or Phoenix will be mad at me. I don't want that. So anyway, just letting people know, it's on December 9th.
all right. And motion to approve the authorized 1A and 1B on the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And so just to give people a kind of a budget kind of summary here. This is right now, the total budget has increased by $1,046,254 over last year's budget. Most of that is spending, which increased by 1.3 million. Revenues actually increased by 189,000. We're adding more from the fund balance, and we're appropriating more from reserves, 26,000. So it's about a 9.4% increase right now. Of that $1 million, most of that is fixed. Well, actually, so that we've already cut that back. If the different department heads asked for an additional $406,000, which we cut all of that out, which is what Chris is now asking if we can put someone back in. So we, different departments asked for extra bodies, equipment, expenses, and Jean and I cut $406,700 out of that, getting it down from 13.4% increase down to 9.4% increase. Some of that $1 million increase, there are $1,093,544 in fixed costs. So salary increases went up by $359,000. Insurance, workers' comp, retirement, social security went up by $448,530. Ambulance, we've added $100,000 to the ambulance. It's not a fixed cost, but I look at it as something we really have to do. We don't have a choice, and I think we need to add even more than that, and we'll have a discussion about that. Can we make some savings and try to get that up? And then gas, heating, electric is, we have to budget $185,000 more for that because we know they're gonna go up. And so that's kind of where we are.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of things. We did have 2 employees. One a part-timer that's retiring, and I put in for a full-time position for that, just because I thought it would give us more freedom to, or more flexibility to hire someone. But we may decide that we wait a year for that and use some of that to try to increase the rescue squad
We keep that apart.
and keep it part-time.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gene, if you want to say anything. Gene has worked really hard on this. I do understand that we're not giving the department heads what they want and probably even need this year, but just because things jumped up so much with all of the fixed costs, we're trying to just make it through the year and not, we have to wait on some of these things. But Gene was able to find some additional cuts
I did.
in the last
So, yes, I did.
2 weeks.
But you need to know that in 2025, the chief needs a car and Chris needs a plow truck. I had budgeted for those debt payments that we can now take out. Also, the village sent me a check for the fire company for the leftover money from 2022. So I have some money there. And I can remove, Chris did something out, his generator is on your agenda. And I can take another 4,000 out in highway. And that's another 136,180. And it'll bring your tax increase to 8.17.
Thank you for all the work that you did for us. We appreciate it so much. I think the quote around here is, "Oh, we'll just talk to Gene about it." But what you do is nothing shy of miraculous.
Well, I budgeted it because so when everything was put in and it was 13%, you know, you have to go to Chris and the chief because they have the 2 biggest budgets in the town. And they're the only ones that can really give you anything. But right now, in 2023, we're looking at the assessor, the youth program, the pool. They're all over budget,
Yeah.
you know, and this is what happens when we make it so tight that we are gonna lose control.
Well, that's where we really want to work on, bringing in budgets that are 2, 3, 4 years down the line so that we can work with that. And that's what we were talking about. Guys over here, they need another ambulance, and these are things that people have to have. So it's difficult. But
Yeah.
we're working on
So we've talked to Matt, I don't know,
it.
so just so everyone's aware, last year, we paid the rescue $196. That's, and I put in $100,000 to increase that to $339. That's much less than what other towns are paying. Other towns are probably paying between $400,000 and $500,000 if they have private contracts with different firms. And correct me if I'm wrong on that.
For BLS, yeah.
For basic life, for,
BLS.
and what happens is, the way that works is that company says, $500,000, take it or leave it. And what we've always done is, like, it's been the town board has told the rescue, take it or leave it. I think that's wrong. And we need to be more collaborative and work on something that works for both of us, because if it doesn't work for them, that means it doesn't work for us, and we're in a lot more trouble when the rescue doesn't work for us. When you call 911, you want someone to show up.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think we need to increase the 100,000 to add another 100,000, so a $200,000 increase. And I think that's still not enough. You know, we need to look at, you know, this is like 3-4 year plan.
Mhm.
Or, you know, the potential is that we lose the rescue squad. We lose their ability to serve the people.
That's for sure.
And our job is to make sure that the people are served,
Mhm.
Especially when they call for the rescue.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Matt was telling us today that you know, a low range new emergency vehicle, an ambulance is, you said 180, you know, and that's, none of, we found out that none of them have like 4-wheel drive. It starts to snow. These guys have to drive carefully, and these are the people that come and rescue us, so it's very important.
You
Yeah.
drive carefully even when it's not snowing.
Yeah, of course, that goes without saying.
And so, you know, I wanna make a motion to add another. And this is based on conversations that several of you have had with Matt. And so this is not me. I thank you for working with Matt. And
We thank them for working with us too.
so, I'd like to make a motion to increase their budget by another 100,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I would like to try to offset that with, you know, that would be offset by some of the savings that Gene has recommended to us. That 130,000.
136, 180.
And so we would then be only increasing it, we would actually be
Well,
decreasing.
Wait, because Becky needs 11,940 for utilities. Because I
Oh, that's right,
it
'cause we
wasn't
didn't put it into
budgeted.
the budget, yeah.
Okay, so now we're down to 19,000.
Mhm.
So.
It's like when your parents tell you just can't eat your favorite cereal anymore, you're just gonna have to go for like the cheaper version.
And so I don't know if there are other potential savings, like do we want to keep that one employee as a part-time position and try to make those savings instead of putting in for the increasing the rec director from part-time to full-time, keep it as part-time for another year?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, okay.
That's the position we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
Is the
that,
current employee staying in that position?
he's retiring. And we put in for a full-time position because we thought that would give us more likely to be able to hire someone off the civil service list. And we can still do that, but I was, given all of these other issues, trying to pick and choose, I thought we could wait a bit.
Mm.
You know, we have 2 part-timers who work there now. We can bring in another part-time person. See what happens.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that,
The 2 part-timers, they're doing. What are they doing?
You know, they work in the front desk. You know, we would actually, I mean, that's the other issue, like Chuck does a lot more work, he goes out, like meets people, goes to the fields, things like that. It may be hard to find a part-timer to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about part-time jobs aren't great for, people.
yeah,
Because it doesn't offer benefits.
Yeah.
It feels like, I don't want to be like some of the retail stores, for example, that do this.
right.
So that they don't have to pay benefits and they don't. because
Except
it's just-
except for somebody that wants a part-time job, if you have.
Is
somebody-
this true?
There are people out there.
Could it be flexible?
Have
if we-
kids in school and they could work certain
We
hours.
could, I mean, we haven't taken that out yet, right? With the savings that Gene put forward earlier, we're pretty much at right around what 9.4 still, right? Because you said there's potentially $130,000 in savings
right,
if we make these changes. If we added that 100,000 to
right.
the rescue budget, then we're at 30, but then,
11.
we didn't budget for the,
11 for Becky.
didn't budget for that, so now we're down to 18 or 19. And without taking out without converting the
Like,
part,
we have like
full-time to part,
9%.
so we're at 9% roughly.
Hmm.
So right now in the budget it's budgeted for a full-time position and.
Yes, we haven't taken that out yet.
Mhm.
The idea, the proposal was we could, or we could leave it in and do the 9%, roughly
The
9%
question
tax.
is what we would do with, what would that person do with their time that would benefit the town?
The
You know, if we
full-time
had a
person.
full-time, yeah.
Well, they would run the recreation program. You know,
Mhm.
and. You know, the community center, the fields, line people, rent out the pavilions, things like that. Playgrounds.
I mean, does it bring in revenue? I mean,
Well, but potentially if we have someone who is there part-time, revenue might go down. Because they're not there as often to make sure things are rented out and things,
Isn't
stuff
he
like that.
currently part-time?
The what?
Isn't he currently part-time?
Is that 28 hours a week, Chuck?
Okay.
so just keep it where it is. I mean, the other thing is to keep it like that for this year and then our goal would be to have a full-time position for next year.
Yeah, that's what I was,
Right.
that's what I was proposing, is you kind of keep it the same way it is now. Try to hire someone, we put the full-time position in because it gave us more flexibility if we're unable to hire a part-time person.
Right.
We have another week to talk about this, right? Or
Mhm.
another 2 weeks, right? Maybe we could do a little,
Cost analysis.
a little more looking into it.
Do the responsibilities change based on the time of year?
I don't know.
So asking
Meaning like
Chuck, I think would be,
fields?
Yeah, yeah.
If I may,
yeah.
I happen to be on the recreation
Right.
committee. I would say yes, because soccer season, you gotta maintain the soccer fields, and softball season, in the winter time, that's not so much. So you wouldn't have as much activity in the Field of Dreams or Clearwater or anything like that, so I mean, Chuck would be the person to ask, but I would say,
I,
to some extent, yes, the spring and fall probably would be busier than,
and in the
Well, the
winter,
maintenance
there's,
is-
a lot of it is the community center,
you're right, and I think that's one of the part-timers is.
birthday parties.
Coordinates the activities in the community center. I know you talked about revenue, I know our goal, or one of them is to have enough facilities at the Field of Dreams to have. Like softball tournaments or something like that, where you bring a lot of people and teams would come in and they would pay, there would be fees for them to use that facility, so it would generate potentially some income.
But it's a lot of work to organize all
Right.
this.
And it's
It
also
is,
work
it is, for
maintenance.
sure.
And buildings and grounds
Interns?
does the maintenance
Somebody
on
who's
the
getting
fields,
their
right?
degree and
Yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
question.
Okay.
We do it,
I think that had,
Right.
That's why I've
It's
asked
not
for the-
Chuck, it's Chris.
Yeah,
that's why I've asked for the third person.
That's why it's been.
I just haven't been able to keep up.
And our
Okay.
community center revenue is way down.
That's what I was wondering, but yes,
Mhm.
it's, you wonder
Hmm.
how the benefit, the
cost
cost.
benefit, cost benefit analysis. You know, if you have somebody who can, who has experience bringing in revenue and creating those events in different places, getting contracts for people to come and rent. And the same thing with the community center, maybe get somebody who wants to do classes once a week or
Yeah.
meetings once a week that wants to pay.
Oh.
You can start creating a good revenue.
And we have that surely, but there's
Yeah, yeah, we do.
people to rent it, but
Mhm.
I think we can clearly look into how much more we could possibly bring in
Right,
and how, and just to benefit the town, the people of the town. The
Yeah.
hardest thing is that our community center is pretty limited as a space. It's a meeting space,
It's a meeting
but
it's not large.
it
Yeah,
doesn't have
yeah,
so much going for it.
yeah. But yeah, it's a good question. So, yeah, that's something that we.
we'll talk about it and we'll,
Yeah, talk to Chuck and get his
Yeah.
take on it. Okay. I'm fine with that.
any other thoughts? We can bring this up in 2 weeks
Yeah,
and Jean can redo the numbers and we can.
we'll do a little research between now and then.
All right,
And, bringing more to rescue, or being able to put more into rescue's budget or lowering the tax burden. It's a nice goal too.
All right, so if nothing else. So number 3 is motion to approve Highway Department auctioning off a 2013 Ford pickup body and miscellaneous plows, sanders, and a 3-phase generator transfer switch from the old highway equipment.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
Aye. And number 4 is motion to authorize a change to the previously approved funding of the deductibles for the CDPHP health insurance to be equivalent to the MVP funding. As we have written down on the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And number 5 is motion to authorize highway department to sell 2 old Sanders no longer in use to the town of Shandaken, $300 each.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
And that's enough of a motion, right? They said,
Yeah,
That was all.
Yeah, that
and
counts.
then their board will have to do the same thing, just so we have the correct paperwork and we should be good.
okay, motion to approve the appointment of Matthew Sutton to the rank of lieutenant effective January 1st, 2024.
Second.
Anything you want to say, chief, or good to go?
The commission conducted interviews on October 24th. Matt was there for the interview. Their recommendation was to promote him and decided to bring his name forward to you all for approval. He there's some change in the on his way.
Yeah.
Retirement of lieutenant department.
Mm,
All right.
all right, so second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations,
Yes.
Yes.
Lieutenant.
Yeah.
We'll bring him in for like a swearing in sometime after January. That would be,
We're lucky, I think, to be able to promote from within,
Mhm.
that we have good people there.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad we can do that.
And you guys will have a ceremony for Lieutenant Butler.
we're gonna work on something for a walkout or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done
It's
so
the end of
much,
the year.
done so much for New Paltz.
Motion to authorize a highway department to purchase and have installed a 1,000 gallon liquid propane tank for emergency backup generator for the highway garage from Paraco and on OSG pricing. This is to use the generator, the old generator from the police station, right? And so we're using, when we moved the police station here, we took the generator from there. The B&G department has been doing the wiring,
Mhm.
and now we need a gas tank. So this has been part of our emergency management plan for years
Mhm.
to have backup generators. So when we lose power, we can still plow the roads.
So it has a permanent gas tank that gets filled.
Yes,
By this guy.
and this is so the jet though, so we have backup power during big storm events and emergencies.
Okay.
So
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Motion to authorize modifying the adopted 2023 budget for cost overruns as listed.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And number 9 is motion to authorize the approval of Cooper Arias LLP engagement letter 2023 to 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All right.
And number 10 is another application for a retail dispensary. This one at 87 North Chestnut Street in the village of New Paltz. And I think that's
Zero.
That's your place, yeah.
Yeah.
zero
Zero
place,
place.
yes.
Mhm.
Obviously, only one of these is gonna happen, right? Because they have to be in a village under 20,000 resident, town or village municipality under 20,000 residents, they have to be 2,000 feet apart.
Mhm.
So, only one of dispensary will be in that area, either at Stewart's or
Or zero place.
a zero place.
Yeah.
And I've heard rumors of another one, but there will only be one there. That is 2,000 feet away from the people that have been asking us for like Main Street.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But only,
Right,
so only one will go there.
Right,
If they all get approved, who knows?
right.
But,
Mhm.
otherwise, this one isn't, the distances, there are no conflicts, it's not within 500 feet of this one's farther away, so it's not within 500 feet of the pool or playground. It's not on the same street, so it wouldn't count.
Right.
It's not on the same street as a house of worship or school or anything. So I don't really have any comments on this, and if anyone else does or anything. We have 30 days to make a comment, but
Okay.
I don't have anything that I would say.
I don't have a.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so we will not make any comments on that. This last one is an ask from a local restaurant owner. They had some issues. They have fallen behind on their water and sewer bills. If they don't pay at all, it will get put on their landlord's tax bill. And the landlord would then probably maybe fine them or something like that. And so they're willing to pay, but they're asking, can we put them on a payment plan
Mhm.
over the next year? Is that right? 6 months, a year? With a,
She didn't give you a time frame.
Okay. so,
Right.
so what
Is it-
typically we would do.
The
What
only
is the plan?
payment plans we ever made is when we went from the old meters to the new meters. This is not something we generally do, so it is a board decision.
What's the time frame you recommended?
Well, I'm gonna re-levy tomorrow, and then I'm gonna re-levy next year. I'd like it paid before that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think within 1 year, and then if they
Fair.
don't pay anything, they would,
Yeah.
it would be re-levied next year.
I mean, it is a
Okay.
pretty new business.
Yes.
They haven't been there that long. And it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ruby, and it was, I mean, the explanation seemed plausible.
Yeah.
And something fair.
Yeah.
so,
I'd like to do it because I think it's a way to try to support them
Yes.
I
as
agree.
a local business.
Nice.
Um, we're still gonna get paid.
Yeah,
Um,
it just gives them a little more.
it gives them a little more
More time.
time
leeway, Yeah.
Yeah.
and, we have a payment plan.
Mhm.
But I think we try to help them out.
I mean, we do encourage people to not do this.
Yeah.
But happy to help people.
So can I make it to 10/31 of next year? 10/31?
Yes, yeah, so we don't go 2 years
Right.
without payment, then if it's not paid, then we could re-levy next year.
Mhm.
And just like we did the other payment plans, if you miss 2 payments, you're off the payment plan.
Yes,
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I second that. Unless anybody has any other comments.
No. All in favor?
Aye.
And last is, there's no one else here to make public comment. No one is online. Like to make a motion to close the public hearing on the tax cap override and to vote in favor of passing the law.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Yeah.